It's time for the match game. Hollywood Squares Hour with, from Aftermath, William Christopher. From Gimme a Break, Kari Michaelsen. From Duck Factory, Teresa Ganzel. Baum. Robert Donner. And the stars of the Match Game Hollywood Squares Hour, Gene Rayburn and John Baum.
Hello there. Hello. Welcome, everybody.
Are you ready?
Hello, darling.
Hiya.
This is one of the show business best golfers, and that's why he's dressed in these snappy golf sweaters. He has a zip handicap. Did you know that? I heard it was scratch.
Those people lie.
Yeah, all right. If you're all ready, we'll begin by greeting our two players over here, Deborah Polans and Steve Clark. Applause, applause, applause. All right, we're going to find out a little bit about Deborah first. Tell us about you, please.
Well, I'm married with two great kids.
Good.
I've been a professional gardener for years, and right now I'm just playing housewife.
Is gardening easy out here with all the sun you get?
Yes, and it's very fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. You can grow anything out here. Steve, tell us about you, please.
Well, I'm a native Californian. I've been making my living as a musician for the past 10 years.
What do you play?
You name it. I'm the MC of my band. I play trombone, guitar, keyboards, harmonica, a mean tambourine. You know.
You do it all, huh?
Yeah.
Good.
What about a dulcimer?
Dulcimer.
No, that's a tough one.
It is a difficult
I'm working.
one. All right. All right, good luck to both of you. We'll begin the match game now. We'll play 3 rounds, and the winner will go on to challenge our returning champion on Hollywood Squares for a chance to win up to $30,000. Deborah won the toss. We'll ask you to go first.
B, please.
All right. Here's what B says. Harry said, I just went to a restaurant where the food is so bad that the surf and turf special isn't lobster and steak, it's blank and meatloaf. Surf and turf special.
Read the whole thing then?
It's not. It's a rotten, terrible restaurant. And the surf and turf special, which is normally, as you know, lobster and steak, in this restaurant, this terrible restaurant, it was blank and meatloaf. All right. Deborah. A restaurant where the food is so bad, the surf and turf special isn't lobster and steak, it's blank and meatloaf. You understand the question?
I understand it.
All right.
All I can think of is mudfish.
Mudfish. What are those catfish, like catfish that bury themselves in the mud?
Yes.
Mudfish.
Mudfish, they're really
It's another
bad.
name for catfish, is it?
It's like a catfish,
Oh,
but
it's in the
real
catfish
bad.
family. I tell you, Deborah, I can almost guarantee 100% nobody said mudfish. Let's begin. Let's have those for starters. Teresa,
I didn't
show
ever,
us your mudfish now.
never heard of mudfish, so I said sardines.
Sardines, that's good. Anything minor here is all right. Bruce?
I went with sand crabs and meatloaf.
Sand crabs and meatloaf. Anything lesser than lobster is okay, you see. William?
Well, I'm very fond of meatloaf, and I'm also fond of crabs.
Crabs. Well, now, that would be good, you see. Crabs wasn't tacky enough. Hello, John.
I'm just left over from last week on Hollywood Squares where we found out that this was named after Lord R.J.L. Guppy.
Guppy. Was that last week?
And meatloaf.
Yeah.
I think so.
All right, Kari.
What was the name of this restaurant?
No restaurant. No name.
Okay, well, it doesn't matter anyway. I said dirt.
Dirt.
All right,
Close to
boo.
mud.
Okay.
That's turf and turf.
Yeah.
Turf. I thought you said surf and turf.
Don't feel bad. It wasn't a bad answer. Wait till you hear this. Caesar's garbage.
See,
Garbage.
was my other answer.
It was. All right. So,
Should've
Deborah,
run.
And it was the answer.
there's your
Are we all playing the
baptism
same
by
game?
fire. Steve, let's see what we got for you. Barbara said, My marriage is in big trouble. Years ago, my husband threw himself at my feet. Last night, he threw blank at my feet.
They ought to do a rock video to this tune.
All right.
You know, the board just kind of flares up, and
That'd be good.
you and John could be wearing demonic stuff and just come out.
Here we go, Steve. Barbara said, my marriage is in big trouble. Years ago, my husband threw himself at my feet. Last night, he threw blank at my feet.
Laundry.
Laundry?
Oh,
I told you it was hard.
it was.
Yeah. He threw laundry at my feet. All right. What have you got?
Mine was a little more violent than that. I said rocks.
He threw rocks at my feet. Bruce?
Well, I had him throwing the dog at her feet.
He threw the dog at my feet. Dog lovers, are you all in the studio? Friends of animals are here today? All right, Bill.
Speaking of violence, you're going to love me for this, Gene. I said, threw up. You liked it. Good.
Okay, John.
I didn't like this too much. He threw another man at my feet.
That would have been
No,
good.
I didn't really say that. I said something. I said our wedding ring. It's
Our
so
wedding
pitiful.
ring.
Oh, I'm so
All right,
sensitive.
Kari, another winner for us?
I
Have you?
personally think Bruce is very intelligent. The dog.
The dog.
I was torn between two things.
What's that?
One being mudfish
Yes.
Garbage.
and the children.
You threw the children.
Children.
No. All right. Dog lovers and children lovers are here. 0-0 the score. That's round one. Round two right after this. Hey, we got another contest. You ready? Here we go. This is the phone contest where some of you out there can win $5,000 and an appearance on an NBC soap opera. Now, we've made our selection at random from your postcards, and today our home contestant is Kay Simmons from Pine Top, Arizona. Let's find out if she's there. Are you there, Kay?
Yes, I'm here.
Kay is there. That's the first step. All right. Now, listen, Kay, just because you are there and your card was chosen at random, we're going to give you $500. That's for openers.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Now, one of our production assistants has already told you the names of the celebrities who are on today's show, right?
Yes.
All right. Now, we ask you to choose one of those celebrities now to play the head-to-head telephone match.
Okay, I'll pick John.
All right? Now, John is going to write his answer, and don't give me your response until I call for it. Are you ready?
You bet.
All right. Here it is. Blank oven. Blank oven. O-V-E-N. Okay? Are you thinking?
Yes.
Okay. All right, John's ready now. Kim, you collect the $5,000 and an appearance on an NBC soap opera if you match him. What do you put in that blank for blank oven?
Microwave?
Microwave. Well, don't get too excited. The audience is screaming and hollering. They think it's a good answer. We haven't revealed John's answer yet. That's the critical thing. If John says microwave, you get the money and the appearance on an NBC soap opera. All right, John, may we see it, please?
We could have gotten really burned on this, but I said microwave.
Kim Simmons. He's got $5,000 and an appearance on an NBC soap opera. How do you feel about that? Great. All right, your check will be sent to you. All right, we'll look forward to seeing you on a soap opera.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, Kim Simmons of Pine Top, Arizona. Bye. All right.
The check is in the mail.
Now, let's get on with it here. We'll go to round two if you're ready. Since the score is tied and she went first last time, Steve, you go first this time.
I'll take number B, or letter B.
Letter B. All right, anything you say. We understand. Betty said, I'll tell you why I'm suing that interior decorator. I told him I wanted my house to have a country look, so he filled my living room with blank.
I got stopped the other night I was driving with my wife.
Yes?
And I was just testing the front end alignment, letting go of the wheel every once in a while.
Right.
If you're driving at night, they pull you over, they make you do the ABCs. So I'm standing there on the side of the road going, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. My wife's in the headlights going, do-lang, 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 do-lang.
All right, Kari, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, put it in the slot. Steve.
There you go.
Betty said, I'll tell you why I'm suing that interior decorator. I told him I wanted my house to have a country look, so he filled my living room with blank.
Cows.
Cows, says Steve. That's a good one, Steve.
Thank you.
Teresa, he says cows.
Well, I could have said cows, but I didn't.
What did you say?
I said, sort of bad and tasteless, but horse manure.
You said that. All right.
It's kind of part cow. I went with manure.
All right. That seems to be the answer so far, Bill.
It's really dreadful the way we think alike. Manure.
Oh, the whole something's here. Okay. All right, John.
Yeah, it's really far out the way we musicians think alike, because I said cows.
Aha. One for Steve. Kari.
I didn't get quite that gross. I said dirt and grass.
Dirt and grass.
Cows aren't gross.
I'm talking about...
I couldn't afford the grass. Just said dirt.
Dirt. Hay would have been a good one. Bales of hay. All right, Steve picks up one there. Now, Deborah, let's see what we've got for you. Waldo said, around the house, we call my wife Mrs. Clean. That's because she even rolls deodorant on the blank. That's how clean she is. Call my wife Mrs. Clean because she even rolls deodorant on the blank. Ready, Bill? Deborah. Around my house, we call my wife Mrs. Clean. That's because she even rolls deodorant on the blank.
The dog.
The dog is good. Dog, cat, what are some other good possibilities? What do you say?
I do say cat.
You said cat? All right, that's one of the good ones. Is there another good one, Bruce?
Well, yeah, but it's not the right one. On the furniture.
On the furniture? I guess that's okay. Bill?
Well, I'm the one that does the washing very often, and that's the dog.
The dog. What kind of dog you got, Bill?
Oh, I have a beagle, a lovely beagle. But goodness, the smells that emanate from that poor creature. How he stands it, I don't know.
Well, beagles are working dogs, you know. They like to roam around. All right. Yes?
I'd like to say hi to Little Caesar, who is a bulldog.
A bulldog. You got a bulldog.
Yeah.
What kind of dog have you got?
My dog's name is Rusty.
What breed?
He's a mutt.
A mutt.
The best kind.
Yeah, they're lovable dogs.
Yes, they are.
What kind of dog have you got?
I don't have a dog at the moment.
You don't have a dog?
I lost my dog.
Oh.
Yes.
Poor Bob lost his
ex-wife,
dog. What can we do about that?
It's a wonderful little dog. His name was Dingy.
Dingy?
Yes.
What breed?
Breed?
Oh.
We never inquired about his breed. The thing loved me, and I let it stay.
That's good. You're a kind-hearted, big-hearted, warm gentleman. Heinz 57.
God love him.
Yes.
You know, there's one great advantage to sitting in this position.
Everybody else is giving the good answers,
That's
and
right.
you're in a tough spot.
And you sit down here and you're a lox, and you just wait as long as you can, and finally you got to come up with it. Dog.
All right. 4 for Debbie. 4-1 the score. That's round 2. The third and final round right after this. The third and final round. Deborah, you're ahead. You'll go first.
B, please.
All right. 2 people play. Teresa and Bruce. Please respond to this. Old Lady Purvis said, I just went out with old man Periwinkle, and is he cheap? His idea of a big date is a bottle of blank and 2 straws. Okay. Here we go, Deborah. Old Lady Purvis said, I just went out with old man Periwinkle and his heat sheet. His idea of a big date is a bottle of blank and 2 straws.
Ripple?
Ripple. Isn't that a good one? She said Ripple. El Cheapo wine.
I went for even cheaper than Ripple. I went for what is free, water.
Water.
Yeah.
All right, that's all right. She said Ripple. What do you think of that?
See, now I don't think it's cheaper than Ripple. So I said Ripple.
You said Ripple. All right, Deborah, you got 5. Steve, that means you can tie it with 4. However, you can win it with 5. Ready? Listen carefully now. Gloria said, I'll never go back to Horrible Hank's restaurant. I ordered a potato skin, and the skin had blank on it. Look at Bill thinking. Look at Bill thinking. Wow, like it's final exams week. All right. Gloria said, I'll never go back to Horrible Hank's restaurant. I ordered a potato skin, and the skin had blank on it.
Hair on it.
Hair's good, Steve. Teresa, did you finally get in gear?
I finally got in gear. Hair.
Hair. 5-2 to score. Bruce?
Well, I never order potato skins because I can't stand the sound from the kitchen of them slaughtering those things and ripping them off. But I went, the potato skin had acne.
Acne. What'd you say, Bill?
Well, I sweated it out trying to think up an answer, so much that I almost broke out in a rash.
A rash. All right. Now, Steve, that means Deborah wins the game because we're run out of contestants here. Come on down, Deborah. Right there, if you would, please. Steve, good luck on your musical career. Going to send some gifts to you from the match game. Steve Clark, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, winner. How do you feel?
Wonderful.
Good. We're going to switch to Hollywood Squares now. We'll bring in the rest of the set and the stars, and John and I will trade places. Lots more excitement coming along. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
A member of our studio audience will receive the Chinon CP5 programmed electronic 35mm camera. Keeps up with all the action automatically. With 50mm lens and case, it's furnished by Chinon. And now, it's time for more of the match game. Hollywood Squares Hour with Fannie Flagg. From Simon & Simon, Tim Reid. Marilyn Michaelsen. And taking over, the star of the Hollywood Squares, John Bauman.
All right, we'll be right back to play Hollywood Squares. Join us.
And now, John Bauman and the Hollywood Squares.
There's a whole lot of shaking going on over there. And over here, there's not much shaking. You're really pretty calm. It was a long way back from Mudfish for Deborah Polans, but she managed the swim. Well done. She's made it to Hollywood Squares. We have 3 brand new celebrities. Fannie Flagg is with us. Marilyn Michaels. And Tim Reid. And Marilyn Michaels, there's been a wonderful event in your life recently.
Yes.
Correct? You had
I had a little baby boy. Yeah. He's 7 months. Yes. I don't know. His name is Mark Edward Wilk. He's my first baby. Maybe my only baby. And it's very exciting, John. You know, motherhood changes your life completely, you know. I mean, all the diapering, and it's a lot of joy, but it's a lot of diapering and changing and diapering and changing. And then there's a lot breastfeeding every 2 hours, you know. And that's just my husband. So it's really... But it's thrilling. It is.
Well, it's great to have you with us. It's good to have you here, too. Why don't you and I zip right over and play Hollywood Squares? Here we go. And before we begin today's adventure, we will reacquaint ourselves with a lady who had a very interesting day here yesterday. As I remember, she got to a tiebreaker in the match game, had the second choice,
right? Right? In other words, the one you basically didn't want, won with it, got into Hollywood Squares, playing the defending champion who had 2 X's up there, and had we gotten to another question, might have won, might have gone ahead and won for the day, but the Time's Up bell rang. Then she got to Supermatch, picked Bruce Baum, who happened to have the 30, picked the right answer from column A, wound up with chow mein, and a total of $31,350 in one day. Her name is Claudia Subcute. That was an amazing performance on the brink.
Was.
Now, so that was quite an eventful day for you.
And my husband thanks you all from the bottom of his heart.
Somebody tipped me off backstage that there's been another event that you
Yes,
have.
I found out about an hour before I came today that I'm going to have my second child.
Busy gal.
Yep.
Okay, well, see if you can concentrate and play Hollywood Squares at least one more time until you hear the Time's Up bell. Whoever's ahead goes on to play Supermatch. That can be worth up to $30,000. And our first game is worth $100, $25 for every square. Claudia, pick a star and let's go.
Bruce, please.
Bruce Baum.
Saying if she's pregnant, that probably explains the dead rabbit in my dressing room. It was about an hour before the show.
Bruce. Bruce, what should you do when your boss makes a pass at you? According to the new office etiquette, should you threaten to tell a higher-up if he doesn't keep his hands off? Or should you tell him you'd love to if you weren't working with him?
I think that you, I think the graceful way out. Of course, if you tell him you'd just as soon, because you're working with him, don't want it, you can get fired and go, how about now? If he doesn't keep his hands off, I would say probably tell a higher up.
Okay. He says tell a higher up. What do you say, Claudia?
I agree.
According to the new office etiquette, you should tell him you'd love to if you weren't working with him. Well, so you should have disagreed with Bruce. Hey, this is the new office etiquette. Don't ask me. Tell him you'd love to if you weren't working with him. And never quit your job. Deborah, that was a good start for you. You've got 1-0 and pick a star for another.
Tim, please.
Okay, Tim Reid from Simon & Simon. You just burned your tongue.
Kissing my boss.
To ease the pain, is it better to put an ice cube on it? Or to fill your mouth with warm cider?
I always keep warm cider near me in the event that I burn my tongue. I would say ice. Ice in your mouth and run.
He says, put an ice cube on your burned tongue. Agree or disagree? You should put an ice cube on your burned tongue. Yes, you're right. You agree, and you get another square. Claudia.
Jean to block.
Okay. You missed this one. It's a clean sweep for Deborah in the first game. It's 50 degrees below zero, and you have to walk home from the liquor store. Can you keep from freezing by drinking the booze? Or is it better to be cold sober?
Drinking the booze will not help your condition. Stay away from the booze while you're exposed to hypothermia.
So he says it's better to be cold sober.
Right.
What do you say for a very important block?
I agree.
It is better to be cold sober, yes. So you're right to agree, you get the square, and you do block. And you get on the board for the first time. Claudia, Deborah, you are thwarted in that position, but it is your move.
Robert, please.
Robert Donner. A logical choice. When you step on an earthworm, does the earthworm feel pain? Or does he feel nothing?
Well, the earthworms I've talked to don't care for it.
Don't care for it.
So they feel pain.
Yes, they feel pain. So you should get this one right. I have aphids, and you're not giving me any tips on that.
He says the earthworm, the stepped-on
Right in your
earthworm
field.
feels pain. What do you say, Deborah?
I'll agree.
The stepped-on earthworm feels pain. You are right to agree with Robert and his
God
word.
bless
You get the square, and we get to find out what happens in our $100 game right after these messages. Stick with us.
Stay tuned for more of the Match Game Hollywood Squares Hour. Now back to John Bauman and the Hollywood Square.
Claudia, has she got you by the O's? We will soon find out. Your
Fannie
pick.
to block.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, Fannie
Gene,
Flagg.
I'd love to, darling, but we work together.
Oh, all right.
Fannie. Lately, you may have heard the words Moon Reagan. Is Moon Reagan an anti-government slogan? Or is Moon the president's older brother?
Ronald Reagan has a...
These are the words. Moon Reagan.
M-O-O-N, Moon?
Right.
I would have to say that Mr. Reagan, I don't think, comes from a frivolous family that would name their person after a song, Moon Over Miami. I'm going to have to say it's a anti-government, I think.
Okay, she says Moon Reagan is an anti-government slogan. Agree or disagree? Claudia to block.
I agree.
Moon Reagan is the president's older brother. You should have disagreed with Fannie, and your opponent gets that square, and your opponent wins the first game. Aha!
Live and learn.
Congratulations to you, Deborah. I guess that's what they mean when they say the president's almost as old as the moon.
Well, then how do you explain all those lowriders in front of the White House, then?
We will now clear the board and move right on to the next game, which will be worth $200 and $25 for every square. And Claudia, you're behind at the moment. Having lost that game, you get to start this one.
Okay, Kari, please.
Okay. A very unorthodox move for the first square. Kari Michaelsen, moldable plastic was first developed for this product. Was it a cheap billiard ball or an uncrushable brassiere?
I'm going to have to say the billiard ball.
She says moldable plastic was first developed for a cheap billiard ball.
I agree.
It was first developed for a cheap billiard ball. Yes. You're right to agree, and you get the first square in this game. Deborah Pollins, your move for an O.
Gene, please.
Gene Rayburn.
Alcohol is not a palliative for hypothermia. Remember that.
You knew that.
Yeah.
Not now, Gene. You're my boss.
Okay.
Try this one. Last year, you drank 1,200 cups of coffee.
Wow.
Are you an average coffee drinker? Or does this feat qualify you for the Mrs. Olson Life Achievement Award?
That's the new Joe DiMaggio diet, isn't it?
That's about 4 cups a day. Almost. Well, average. Does the average person drink 4 cups a day? Yeah, I would say so. Yes.
Okay, he says the average coffee drinker would drink those 1,200 cups of coffee in a year. What do you say, Deborah?
I'll agree.
Yes, the average coffee drinker would drink, it's not the average person, but the average person who drinks coffee. Right. 3.36 cups of coffee. That is correct. I do that. It doesn't affect me at all. Claudia, your move.
Marilyn, please.
Okay, Marilyn. Boy, you're going all over the place. Marilyn Michaels for another X. On their last trip into space, the Challenger astronauts wore distinctive T-shirts under their spacesuits.
Mm-hmm.
Did they read Ace Satellite Repair or Where's the Beef?
And they wore this into space?
Promise you they did. One of these.
Well, I haven't the faintest idea. Let me see. I would think they would say something like, where's the beef? You know, I don't know why I would say that, but I'm saying it anyway. I try where's the beef, yeah. In space.
Okay,
anyway.
the new mother says that these T-shirts said, Where's the Beef? What do you say, Mother-to-be?
I agree.
The T-shirt said, Ace Satellite Repair. So you should have disagreed with Marilyn, and your opponent gets that square as well. It really doesn't help her much. It's kind of a strange configuration of O's. But we will be back to complete our $200 game after this. Be there. $250 for the challenger and $50 for a very wealthy champ, but she'd like to add some more to that. She will have a chance after you pick a star, Deborah.
Fannie, please.
Fannie Flagg. If you throw a pound of butter into your swimming pool, will it sink or float?
a pound of butter
Right.
in your swimming pool. You're going to saute an elephant, are you? I am going to snap and take a wild, wild guess. I think butter is heavy.
So it will sink.
Mm-hmm.
She says that pound of butter in your swimming pool will sink. Agree or disagree, Deborah?
I disagree.
A pound of butter in your swimming pool will float. You were right to disagree, and you get the square. And now that you've done that, it helps you quite a bit, doesn't it? I have a very enlightening footnote, Pay attention. Fat floats.
Well, that's where they got the song was written, That's Not Heavy, It's My Butter.
Claudia, pick a star if you can stand it.
Teresa to block.
Okay, Teresa Ganzel for the block. You missed this one. It's a pretty big lead for Deborah. What keeps longer in the fridge, Teresa? Cow's milk or mother's milk?
I would say mother's milk you keep refreshing. Wouldn't you on a quick basis? I mean, you don't like store mother's milk long. I don't think.
Okay.
I think you. So I would say cow's milk.
She says cow's
stays
milk
longer.
keeps longer.
I agree.
Claudia agrees, and cow's milk does, in fact, keep longer. So you're right to agree, and you get the square, and that means that you do block. Deborah Polans, pick a star.
Tim to win, please.
Right, she couldn't block you here. Tim Reid. Could former heavyweight champ Muhammad Ali carry the Olympic torch part of the way to L.A., or can he not participate because he is a professional?
Well, I've seen him. He's a little slow now. I don't think he could lift it, but just kidding, Muhammad. I hate roaches, too. I would say he couldn't take it because he's a professional.
He says he can't carry that torch because he's a professional. What do you say, Deborah, for the game?
I agree.
Muhammad Ali can and is carrying the torch. You should have disagreed, and your opponent gets that square and blocks you once again. Okay, so Deborah is not carrying the torch for Tim at the moment. Claudia, sub-Q, new life to you. Pick a star for an X.
William, please.
Okay, boy, that really kept you in, didn't it? William Christopher, you've got a great build.
Good.
A fairly hairy chest, and you like to wear a few gold chains to show it off.
Someone knows a lot about me. Go on.
According to the book Sexual Chemistry, do women in their 20s find this devastatingly attractive, or is it a real turn-off? I think we're talking about the gold chains.
I've had considerable success with it myself, but of course I'm a little beyond the women in their 20s, I guess. I think that maybe gold chains and hairy chests are... I hear some heavy breathing out there.
Calm down long enough to answer this question, Bill.
Gee,
it's either
I think
devastatingly...
they might be extremely attractive.
Okay, we're talking about the chains here, right? Yeah, we're really talking about gold chains. Do women in their 20s, he says they find these chains devastatingly attractive. What do you say, Claudia?
I disagree.
It is a real turn-off. You were right to disagree. And you get the square. Well done, courageous move. Save those gold medals for the Olympics. Deborah, your move.
Bruce to block, please.
Okay, now you missed this one. The game in the lead goes to Claudia. Bruce Baum, you own 2 muscular mice. Is it okay to let them sleep with your pet rat? Or will they end up becoming a midnight snack?
Rats and mice, huh? I think that the rats will eat just about anything. So I'll say the rats will probably make a little snack.
He says the rats will
I advise putting a little salt and ketchup in the cage with them.
What do you say, Deborah? He says the rats will eat the mice. Agree or disagree?
I agree.
The rats will eat the mice. Yes, the mice will be eaten. Hi-ho to Dario. You get the square. And Claudia, we got an absolutely full board. It is your move.
Robert to win.
Pick a star. It's a formality. Okay, now at this point, we have our upper tier just went out, but we do have a full board. There were 4 X's and 4 O's on the board. That means if you get this question correct, you win. the game, and if you miss it, your opponent wins. Okay, Robert Donner, you just received an invitation to dinner at the White House Thursday, but you already have plans to go bowling with Gene Rayburn. Now, according to Emily Post, should you cancel your plans with Gene and go to the White House, or should you turn the president down?
I got invited to the White House, but I have a prior engagement with Gene.
Right.
What kind of friend are you?
Well, since Mr. Reagan is not hosting this show and I'd like to come back, I am going bowling with Gene.
Mr. Donner
like them apples, Ronald?
Mr. Donner says, turn the president down and go bowling with Gene. For the game, do you agree or disagree, Claudia?
I disagree.
You should cancel your plans with Gene Rayburn and go to the White House, Mr. Donner. You are right to disagree. You get the square and you win the game. Good for you, Claudia. That is a tough thing to do. She disagreed at the right time. Time is up. $350 once again. Claudia Subcu is our champ. Wow. I can't believe it. Nice comeback. Nice comeback. Now go gingerly over there in your new condition. Join Gene Rayburn. Get set for your shot at the big buddy. Well, Deborah, I did say to you in the break before Hollywood Squares that I thought that both you and your opponent in Match Game played very well.
Thank you.
In this case, both you and Claudia played very well. That's about as close a game as we really can get. A completely full board, and you're a great player. I'm sorry you're not going on.
Had a great time.
As well.
Thank you.
Okay, your total leaving here is wrong. Your total leaving here is $300, and our thanks for playing Match Game Hollywood Squares. See you then.
Okay, here we are with the champ. She's got a big bundle. Let's see if she's going to get more. The big dough, the super match, right after this.
And now, here to play the super match is Gene Rayburn.
Okay, Rich, thank you very much. All right, Claudia, you ready? You're an old hand at this
I
now.
am ready.
Okay.
Whoa.
I don't know if we want to go on with this or not. Let's begin the super match now, where you could win up to $30,000. We polled an audience not too long ago and said, write down your best answer to this. Rice blank. $1,000 for the top answer, $500 for the next, $250 for the third. Who do you call on for a little assist here?
Hey, Teresa?
Teresa, just give us a verbal response.
Rice-A-Roni?
Rice-A-Roni. There's one.
Tim?
Rice cake. Cakes.
Rice cake. All right.
John?
Rice Krispies.
Rice Krispies. So you have Rice Krispies, rice cakes, and Rice-A-Roni. Those are the three the stars have given you. Now you may choose one of those or think up one of your own.
I'm going to go with John Rice Krispies.
Rice Krispies. All right, let's see if it's up there, and if so, where? We'll begin down at the bottom and show you first the $250 response. Rice Krispies. Rice Krispies. What do you think's on top?
Pudding. Pudding, yes.
Pudding.
They don't know.
Rice-A-Roni? Wait a minute. Rice-A-Roni and rice pudding, it seems to be
Pudding
about
is up
evenly
there.
divided. Well, first let's take a look at the $500 one and see what's there. Rice pudding is there, so maybe you're right. Maybe Rice-A-Roni is on top. May we see it, please? Rice-A-Roni is on top. All right.
Another
Now,
twisted,
Claudia,
warped audience.
you've got $250. Time now for the head-to-head match with any star of your choosing. And after you've made your decision, again, the star will reveal the hidden number, and will multiply your $250 by whatever number is revealed. And now I think it's more important today than it was yesterday to pick the 30, because you're only starting with $250. So see if you can do it again. Wouldn't that be something if she could do it 2 days in a row?
Kari.
Kari. All right. Ready, set, go! 2 days in a row! Wow! I don't believe you! Are you a witch? $7,500. Good luck to you. Here we go.
intense here.
Just, there we go. It's going to be a written response, remember, Kari. And here it is. No help from the audience, please, because if we hear an answer, we got to throw it out and start all over. Nursery blank.
I think so.
All right, Kari's ready, Claudia. You collect another $7,500, put you close to the $40,000 mark, if you match her in this nursery blank.
Rhyme.
Nursery rhyme. All right, Kari. Does she increase her winnings or not?
We've been discussing how lucky you've been, and you still are.
Hey! 2 days in a row. Give me a hug. Listen, you know how much money you got? You have $39,450. Wow! All right. We'll be back with Claudia and the stars right after this. All right. Claudia, you come back tomorrow?
Sure am.
And you're going to win more money tomorrow?
Hope so.
All right. Gene Rayburn inviting you to join us tomorrow.
And John Badman saying, so long for the Match Game Hollywood Squares. Now we'll see you then.
A member of our studio audience will receive Arkla's gas grill with a large Stepford viewing window, plus an informative cookbook, The Pleasures of Gas Grilling, furnished by Arkla Industries. This is Rich Jeffries speaking for the Match Game Hollywood Squares Hour, a Mike Goodson television production.